Okay, I'm standing in front of the Cosmopolitan Restaurant, which you see behind me. This is not an original building. It's a reconstruction put up, I think, in the 1990s. Probably 1990s, and also used again in the then contemporary as a restaurant. It's now empty. We're using it as our archaeological lab. Now, we excavated the backyard of this. We did not excavate the big foundations because they were a big empty basement, so we stayed away from those, but we dug the backyard. This was always a restaurant. It was built by Margaret Grams. And as I said, we're digging in the archives as much as we're digging in the ground. So we know a fair amount about Margaret Grams. She was from southern Germany, Bavaria. We can trace her back to Pioche. She ran a restaurant in Pioche. She probably goes back to the White Mine District, which is further north in Nevada there. And she then moved from Pioche. She originally opened a little restaurant in the Mormon town of Leeds, which is a mile away. She then had some property in Bonanza City. But in 1877, she moved up here and built the Cosmopolitan Restaurant. She always ran it as a restaurant. Some people boarded there with her, but she was very popular. According to her ad, she made the best hash in Utah. And she had other people staying with her. Her nephew, Freudenthal, who was a miner, he was boarding with her. At least she was letting him stay in the restaurant. She stayed here for the whole history of Silver Reef. From 1877, she stays too late until 1894-95. She then sells out. And we have an account from Pioche newspapers in Nevada that her Chinese cooks are coming through the town to go to Delamar, which is a new mining town, and they're carrying her restaurant equipment, which she had sold to them, and they're going to set up a restaurant in Delamar. She goes up to Salt Lakes, runs a little boarding house restaurant there, and I assume she dies in Salt Lake and is probably buried up there. She probably knew the saloon owner across the street very well because he was also from southern Germany. Now, as I mentioned, we did not dig her basement because it was a huge stone basement, which you can see now is the foundations under this building, although they're not original. They tore them out and put in new foundations. What we did do is we dug her backyard, and we found a lot of whiteware ceramics from what she was serving. We also found a lot of faunal material bones that showed what sort of cuts of meat she was serving on the table. And she was buying, we have some records of this, she was buying things from local Mormon farmers like beef, cattle, and things to use in her restaurant. We spent the whole season here digging her backyard, and since then, which was good because they put a cesspool back there later for the new restaurant, which wiped that out, but we'd already excavated her properties back there. She's probably Roman Catholic. If she's from Bavaria, she wouldn't have to be, but she and the saloon owner are probably Roman Catholic. And they were very prominent figures in the town, but she did stay too late. She should have left earlier because by then the whole town, 1894, 95, the whole town was dead. So it turned out 2 of the 3 sites we dug were people who stayed very late or for the whole history of Silver Reef. Now, next to her restaurant, you can see the blacktop here, the gravel. That's the beginning of Center Street. This is the big cross street running east and west in Silver Reef. The blacktop that's behind you, that's the main street. So it's very wide and there are no buildings in there, and then the buildings pick up again on the other side of Center Street. So if we can walk and set up again, we'll set up and talk about the buildings up there.